Hey guys, how you doing? Tomorrow's already New Year's Eve. Who you gonna spend it with? If it's gonna be alone, it's okay as well, not judging. Um, don't ask about the woods behind me. I was taking my night walks and Spirit told me to sit down and record. So I'm gonna listen I'm like, what am I gonna say? And Spirit just like turn the camera on and you're gonna know. And I'm like, okay, fine then. Uh, I got Chion with me, or aka Dobby, and Chica Chica. Sorry guys, there's like some fireworks going like out in the woods over there, and he gets nervous. Um so yeah, New Year's just around the block tomorrow. And I don't know about you guys, but during this time of year, especially like a day before the new year, I get in this really like pensive state. Like I have been reflecting so much, and I have been really reflecting like since the beginning like of my journey. It was like around 3 years ago that I started awakening to certain things. It's a car passing by, and it feel like it was like a brief awakening, and then it stopped, and then I was kind of like in slumber again, and then, bro, what are you doing? He's rubbing his butt up against me. Dude, stop. Um, bro. But like it seemed like it was around August this year when it seems like I kind of snapped back awake again as well. And then since August from now, it has just been like I wouldn't say it was fast, but like slowly and consistently there are like been getting I have been getting insights and downloads, and like each day I'm kind of like awakening to a new thing, to a different thing. And after I quit my job, I'm guys, like for I think for a lot of videos I'm gonna be mentioning me quitting my job, okay, because it was the point in my life where everything changed. In the sense that I mean, yeah, no, this time it's gonna be different. There's like this time I'm gonna sit down and wait a minute, my face is itchy. I'm sorry. My face has been very itchy lately. Oh my god. But as I was saying, like this time I'm gonna sit down and really analyze what the HE double hockey sticks is going on, okay? Like what is going on in my life? Because I was no, I still kind of am still. I'm like in that transition, but like I was at a point in my life where I liked my job. Like I said, I'm a massage therapist. I really love what I was doing, but the place where I was working at, I was really miserable. I started getting sick. I got anemic, vitamin D deficiency, iron deficiency, and I started getting like rashes and bumps like all over my hand and like my elbows, and it wouldn't heal or go away no matter what. And I thought, man, I'm gonna have to live with this, and it was like kind of like magic. Like a week after I quit, I started getting better. But anyways, I was at a point in my life where I wasn't happy with where I was working. Like there was nothing wrong with it per se, the place, I mean, and my coworkers. But I don't know. I wasn't happy. It was kind of like, yeah, but kind of like I was bored. Like I felt unfulfilled. I wanted so many changes. I was yearning for change. Like I wasn't like broke and like homeless or anything. Starving, but the salary wasn't what I expected it to be. There was like many things that I need to do also health wise that over here you need to have money to take care of yourself. So yeah, there was like a lot of things in my life that I was unsatisfied with, like a lot of areas in my life. And it felt like I was trapped in time since I was a teenager up until now. Like I'm 25. Like what is going on with my life that it has stalled in a way that I don't know. It was like I was going nowhere. I was going nowhere. I was like in a loop. And after I quit, like I said, it me quitting was like the biggest like I don't know, revelation of my life, because it was, I think, that moment that spirit, for the first time, I don't know, took over, and just I let it. And I don't know, it's been different ever since. Like, yeah, like technically I'm unemployed, I don't know what I'm going to do, but the peace that I'm feeling, the tranquility, like it's something that I haven't felt in a long, long time. I think like the last time I say I could have truly felt like this was when I was a kid. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't really care. Like, I know things are gonna turn out good. Like, good things are coming. I have no proof of that, but I just know. I just know. And this sense of excitement, like, I'm waking up and I'm like, what am I gonna do today? Like, what's the lesson today? What am I gonna learn today? Because, like I said, I have been dedicating right now to becoming the best version of me. Becoming my, like, I have realized that one of my missions on earth is, despite, like, the child that I had, because I was raised really, really religious. And, like, me and my siblings for a good while, I think I got the brood of it, I think. We were stunted in a lot of ways, emotionally, like, I don't know, like, and for a good while I felt like I was, I don't know, injustice by the world, or I don't know, the universe, that like why did I have to like why did I have to be raised like this, in such a constricted and strict household, and in a belief system, and having to go through so many things in my childhood. Guys, sorry, my nose is itchy again. I think it's my bangs that are tickling my face. It drives me nuts. Um, for a good while, I was always like, how would I say it? Like, so bitter. I was really bitter to the world, where I'm like, I went through all of this. That's why my life is like this. It's not fair. I'm not able to do this, and that. And it frustrated me. It really, really frustrated me. Hold up, there's a car passing by. And, now I'm treating it as a lesson. The things that weren't so good in our lives, could be lessons for us, something that we can learn from. And the things that turn out okay is the blessings. And, a way to look at it now is that, since I went through so much as a kid and, growing up, that right now I'm just, maybe I woke up like kind of early, like to so many things, and I'm more aware of things, where a lot of people around me I notice, and people in my family who, into their old age, never woke up, never noticed these things, and lived throughout their whole lives until their deathbeds asleep. And for me, I am technically, well, along with my siblings, I am technically really young waking up to this and noticing these things. But I'm also kind of be blessed to be in the younger generation, like, the newer generations, because I'm well aware that, for example, in my parents' generation or my grandparents' generation, there weren't many resources for mental health and, help and things like that. I remember my mom mentioning that when she was younger, people who were alcoholics or addicted or something like that, they were called vagabonds, worthless people, or, sly people, malicious people. And yeah, I noticed that, yes, of course, I am also blessed to be in like a younger generation where mental health was is starting to become really, really talked about. And there's just so many resources nowadays. But still, now my eyebrows itchy. Wait up. Guys, my face gets really itchy. I think it's because I'm kind of nervous. I'm still kind of getting used to the camera. Um, yeah, like, I know that I'm in a blessed situation, but when I stop to think about it, because even like the people around me that are around my age, that, technically when I would compare that they're in a better situation than I am, I started noticing how unhappy a lot of people were with their lives. And yeah, a lot of the times was money wise and things like that, but even like some people that I knew that do have money or come from money, like they were just so unhappy, like so dissatisfied. And they're unaware of it, like they're just sleeping, like legit. For a moment, like I saw like zombies around me, wandering around, like they were awake, conscious, walking around, but like, they weren't really conscious, they weren't aware of things. And yeah, so I can think that probably because of the things that I went through as a kid. Dude, can you stop? He's just like straight up trying to rub his butt on me, like, dude, I am trying to talk here. But yeah, so since my quitting, I have just dedicated, I threw myself wholly into this process of like, what is going on? What are these cycles and patterns? What is the programming or the limiting belief that is holding me back? Like what is going on here that my life has been stalled or has stopped? It seemed like completely for like at least a good 10 years now. And that is a scary thought when I think about like 10 years wasted of my life. If I look at the, negative side of it. But yeah, it is a marking moment of my life where I have thrown myself, dedicated myself wholly, and I've noticed that is one of my life's missions, um, to discover this, go on this journey of self betterment, of becoming the best version of myself, because by me going through this experiencing and living it, I can help others who are in the same situation that I am in. And ever since I was a kid, it wasn't always really that clear to me, but I've always had this sense of I want to help people. I don't know how, but I always liked helping people, whether it was helping my grandmother, cooking or cleaning the house, or going on like shopping with her, or my mother. I always liked helping people. And there was a certain point where I thought, yeah, I want to help people one day. Like I want to be of use. And I think, yeah, I think a good amount of humanity also, I hope so, would have this feeling of I want to be of use, like I want to be helpful and have something meaningful to contribute to society. And I never knew what it was like, like how am I going to help people? And I was really happy when I started, doing the massage course and things like that. I really found myself like in that as well. But I just discovered, like, like when you know certain thing or you're thinking about it, but when you finally say it out loud, it feels like it clicks. Like I just had an epiphany right here. I'm meant to go on this journey so I can help others also as well who are going through it. To be kind of like a guide and, kind of be a light at that tunnel to help people see. Wow, that sounds really grandiose coming out of my mouth. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a moment here. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Spirit. I got kind of emotional. Almost cried. um, and at the at the beginning, I also thought about that as well. But I thought to myself, well, I am just at the beginning of my journey. Like I am at the starting point. How am I? How am I going to help other people when I am also just starting out. I have no idea what's going on. Like I am just like I'm a noob to all of this. But I know one thing, I am determined to figure out what is going on here and what is, how can I improve? And it just hit me earlier today, like, and I'm reading a Napoleon Hill book. I don't like the edition that I have is in Portuguese. Like, I books are kind of hard to come by here, and especially books in English as well. They cost double the amount. But the edition I have is, but it's smarter than the devil. Like if I, yeah, yeah, I think that's the title of the book as well. And reading it, it was just affirmation after affirmation. Like the first couple of pages was just like, this is exactly everything that I'm going through in my life right now. And the part where Napoleon Hill is talking about the beginning, early stage of his life when he started, studying the philosophy and he was doing like the thesis and, the research. And that phrase that I read, it's like, for you to find happiness, it's not exactly this phrase, but for like what I remember, like the lesson being is like, for you, like there was one point where his inner self, like his like spirit told him, you're running around here trying to make money and like, try to find happiness elsewhere. But the lesson that you ended up learning is that for you to obtain happiness is like, for you to obtain happiness, you have to help other people show the way for their happiness. That is how you will obtain your happiness. And that phrase really, really got to me. Man, I had to stop and just breathe, and I cried for a bit. Like, like, ah, man, I've been really sensitive lately. Like, yeah, I have been really tired as well. Like, I have been wanting to sleep like a lot. I've been getting a lot of brain fog. My brain kind of like it hurts. I don't know. It's been weird. I think that I'm gonna slowly get better. But that phrase hit me so hard because I was asking for some clarification from spirit, where we have that personal calling. We know, like, a mission, that why are we here? Like, what do we have to accomplish? And I was having a hard time. Like, I don't know if like my subconscious was blocking me out, or like I wasn't having an easy time figuring out what it was. And that phrase just said it all, because I felt it so hard. Like, there's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it was a simple phrase, and it's like, that's it. That's the answer. And I think, like, and that's why, like, even before reading that page, because, I picked up the book like yesterday, I think that's why I started this channel, aside from the fact that I don't really know how social media really works, or how to get the most views, or how to do the best edits, and I don't have the best setup, but I felt called to. That feeling of just do it regardless of the expectations or what you expect to happen, or the judgment of others. Just do it. And so I did. And slowly but surely I have been becoming more and more aware and waking up to a lot of things. And something that I always never had the possibility to do, but now that I do, because I made that choice, and this iron will of, yes, I'm going to do this, is sitting down and just existing, just being. Because then I'm able to stop and admire the beauty of the things around me that, on my day to day basis, when I was just running up and down and trying to get things done, or, survive, I couldn't notice. And it's during this time where you have time to sit down and just stay in silence is when your mind calms down and spirit speaks to you. And I was going crazy because it felt like I was so disconnected from myself, from that part of myself that I didn't know. I couldn't listen. I didn't know how. And I was like, what do I do now? What is the next step? And that anxiety was impeding me. But just sitting down sometimes and not worrying or trying to run after things or, resolving things. It's in that silence where spirit finally makes itself known, because then, only then, you are able to listen. And it might seem so simple saying it, but living it, experiencing it is something else that's pretty mind-blowing. Really, really mind-blowing. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here because, there are certain videos, if they take too long, my editing system won't accept, so yeah. Happy New Year's, guys. Uh, many, many goals achieved and insights and, betterment and, abundance and blessings from Spirit. I am very, very excited for the new year. I am so excited for the adventure that's up ahead of me. Something that I am feeling like a kid again. Every day's an adventure. And yeah, tell me down below in the comments, where are you at in your story? What have you learned? What helps you ground yourself? I've noticed that, spending some time out in nature and, moving my body has helped a lot with regulating myself, along with, yeah, taking care of my body, eating well, drinking, hydration, exercise. But yeah, tell me what has been helping you, because yeah, I am open. Bro, calm down. It's just some fireworks. I am, I would love to know, because any technique or anything that I don't know about, I am open to try. So yeah, that would be it. If you're new and if you resonated with the message and my story, um, feel free to subscribe and share my video if you think someone else, needs to hear this or, would enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.